It was gathered that the herdsmen had allegedly been destroying farmlands and crops, which included yam, maize, and cassava in the affected communities, and if the farmers resisted them, they would attack them. The Punch reports that the residents of Ijagba, Imoru, Ari, Mojiga in Ose local government area of Ondo State are currently in a panicking state. Have raised the alarm over the incessant attacks on the communities by suspected killer herdsmen. In a Save Our Souls message to the state government, the residents, who are mostly farmers, claim that the killer herdsmen had been terrorizing the communities for over 2 weeks, killing and destroying properties worth millions of naira. It was gathered that the herdsmen had allegedly been destroying farmlands and crops, which included yam, maize, and cassava in the affected communities, and if the farmers resisted them, they would attack them. A source in one of the communities on Wednesday stated that the herdsmen, who always kidnapped the residents of the communities for ransom, had warned them not to go near their farms and local plantation. Consequently, according to the source, many residents had abandoned their homes and relocated from the affected communities to the neighboring towns and villages for fear of further attack. The source said they recently entered into a house and kidnapped a young girl just hours after they released a man from their captive after collecting ransom, which was negotiated for 10 million naira to 1 million naira. For fear of the attacks, some of the residents of the communities have left the area. We want government and police to save us in this era. In a reaction, the monarch of Imoru town, Obarotimi Obamuwagun, confirmed the incessant invasion of the criminal herdsmen, whom he said always entered into the communities through a forest reserve between Ondo and Edo states. However, commended the state's government for its proactiveness in repelling the bandits and protecting the people. It is true the criminals are into our communities ferociously. If not for the state government intervening in the matter, the criminals would have sacked all the communities here and sent everyone away from their homes. But we thank the government for intervening. Also reacting, the senior special assistant to Governor Rotimi Akeredolu on security matter, Alhaji Jimoh Dojumo, said those attacking the communities and villages were not from Ondo State but from neighboring state of Edo, but the government was already taking action on them. He explained that the criminals usually entered the state through footpaths into the communities and villages and leave through the same paths to their states after committing the crime. Dojumo stated, "The killer herdsmen have been creating problems for us, but our territory is secured with the presence of Amotekun men. But I can assure you that the activities of these criminals will soon be checked. But we are not relenting in our efforts to flush out criminal elements from the state to ensure security of lives and property of our people." When contacted, the police spokesman or spokesperson in the state, Funmilayo Odunlami, said the command had not been briefed about the incident, saying the men of the force would be mobilized for the communities to ascertain the true nature of happiness. They will tell you that they have not been briefed. The governor will not see this now. It is the Yoruba nation agitator he will be pursuing. Yoruba, Yoruba, wake up, wake up. But no collect money, make una open our eyes. Fulani won't do una wetin they do Plateau, Nasarawa, Southern Kaduna, Benue people and Taraba people. What is the chief law officer doing? He should hit the ground running and try his best equipping the police and Amotekun into the forest and root them out. The best act of defense is to attack first. The poor farmers shouldn't be left alone, but short and long term measures put in place for eventualities. It is not until obviously become too late. No, Oga Gumi warned the federal government that nobody should disturb them. They are their brothers and warriors in the forest. Yoruba should continue to chase shadows by working against Igbos who never wrongs them in any way, continue to betray Igbo while Fulani takes over the southern states. Governor Akeredolu will not face that and Gumi, but condemning Yoruba agitation, Yoruba nation agitators who had foreseen the conquest agenda of the Fulani across West African countries. They must be arrested and acquitted. I hate speaking out a tribe in my comments, but I must state here that many at times the Yorubas, their respect are the problem of the southern part of this country. You people forced Buhari on us, and we are all facing the heat. Same way you people are doing everything within your reach to force Shetima through Tinubu down our throats, all in the name of sentiment. Please let us jettison the tribe of a thing and try get it right for our own good. I agree with you. You are just making a very, very valid and pertinent point. Gumi will not see all this. Let us stand up for our rights now before it is too late. Let Yoruba land be free of all these terrorists. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because they have a different agenda, especially those governors, especially those politicians. In as much their own immediate families are well secured, the rest people are bound to the feelings is your own cup of tea. When I never see anything, and the sufferness never give us a lesson, when I still want to vote another APC by claiming that Tinubu will do it because he's a Yoruba man. Una no go suffer and cry, be deceiving yourself up and down. I'm Yoruba like you. Wake up and let us support ourselves and let us stay on our own. I'm not Yoruba nation agitator, but I love it and I see it as a good step. But sufferness and deceiving will never allow our eyes to be open. Abeg, make una no shout again. No. If Fulani attack una, just keep it a low key and accept it as your fate. They should flush any Fulani man living in Arimo, Gija, and the environs out with immediate effect if they can do that. Like I've always said, the governor of Ondo State coming out to tell us that some people fought for democracy and no group of people will be allowed to separate this country, to divide this country and what have you. And I've been asking these questions because they know that the people who are agitating, why are they agitating? The reason why they are agitating, it is what the governors or the politicians are not even interested in. But their own is that don't agitate, let the status quo continue. Now they have placed their children to take over from them. They have put them in all various positions, but they will tell you, just be patient, just be sacrificing. That is what they know. Good that the security agencies know the footpath the criminals take to carry out the attacks. Why not lay ambush to get this done before greater damage is done to the affected communities? We are not interested in hearing how they were repaired but destroyed. That is what Nigerians are expecting.